Hi, Posakis, Good News Planet. This is a big honor for me. I'm speaking with Sarah and Chaim. Hi, how are you today? And it's Thanksgiving Day. How are you both today?
We're doing
Thank
great.
God.
Thank God.
Wonderful.
All right, okay. I think, as they say, Baruch Hashem.
We thank God every day. For
Yes.
us, Thanksgiving is every single morning. We start our day with thanking God. We say, Modeh ani lefanecha. Thank you, God, for returning my soul to me refreshed. So for us, every single day is Thanksgiving.
But it's also very nice to have a day that's set aside to thank people, and that all of America thanks God, thanks God and other people. So that's a very special thing. So we're acknowledging that every day is Thanksgiving, but yet Thanksgiving is also special.
All right. I love you two. You two are such nice people. I've had the honor to have dinner in their home, and a beautiful Shabbos dinner, and you're part of the Chabad. Is that correct?
Yes.
Organization.
And you're all invited. Whoever sees this and is local, Paul, you give us the green light and they're welcome to join us for Shabbat dinner at our home.
How will that come for us?
There you are.
You two are extraordinary, and I love Chabad, and a believer in the Rebbe, and his meaningful life. His meaningful life is a meaningful life for me, as a result of also being an interfaith, all faith minister through Rabbi Gelberman's school, who, ironically enough, who lives not far from me. He was on 96th Street. He's not with us anymore. He's with us in a different form, right? But Rabbi Gelberman, I interviewed on Thanksgiving morning, many years ago, the same kind of honor that I'm having now. Now, we're going to talk about something that's happening in New York, that we're inviting people down. They're going to light a gigantic ice menorah, have a live band, skate to Jewish music, serve kosher Hanukkah dinner. This is our 14th year, Baruch Hashem. This year it's scheduled for Monday night, 11/29, 6 to 9, and we hope to see you all. And it's here in New York at the Woolman Rink. Is that right? Do I have that all correct?
You do. You have it all correct. It's a Hanukkah on Ice, NYC. And like you said, it's our 14th year, and we invite everybody to come down. Best to reserve online before, because of COVID. There's all kinds of just different kind of checks and stuff that we have to do. So the more we are prepared before, the easier it's going to be for everybody. So RSVP, and it's also cheaper when you reserve online. On Hanukkah on Ice, I'm going to spell Hanukkah on Ice because everyone spells Hanukkah different. It's CHANUKAH on Ice, NYC.com. So if you let us share the screen, we can even show the website if that's a possibility. But
share the screen. Multiple participants can share the screen. So I think you could share it.
Okay, let's try. Yep.
Let's try.
There we go.
Share the screen. Hanukkah on Ice. Here we go.
Hey! Da.
Yeah, that's it. We should have music. You're right. We should have Hanukkah music playing.
All right. You know, I'm playing a concert at my temple on Friday at the Actors Temple. You're both welcome. And my friend Katya, who plays Carnegie Hall on December 27th, will perform also. So we have a very musical, the Actors Temple. You had the Rodgers and Hammerstein. You had lots of famous people. But you have a beautiful event here. So people need to email, or what's the...
No, you go online on HanukkahOnIceNYC.com, like you see on the screen. And you just purchase tickets through there. There's sponsorships available also. You could be a Maccabee, or I think there's like a Maccabee and a silver menorah.
We'll show it in a moment.
We'll show it in a second. But
Tell us
basically,
about the event.
so Hanukkah on Ice, we started it in 2007,
7 or 8, maybe
8.
2008.
Not long after we moved to the city. We were living in Plano, which is just north of Dallas, for a couple of years, and we came to join the Chabad of the West Side team here. And we were wondering, what could we do that would be like bring the city together, the Jewish community and the city together, that would be really fun and a Hanukkah celebration. And we hit on this idea of doing an ice skating party at Woolman Rink. There are Hanukkah on Ices all over the country and all over the world. Chabads do them in many, many cities. But what makes ours unique is that we're in New York City and we do it together with many other Chabads. They participate as well. So we get people from all over. We get people from, the broader metro area, which is really nice. And
visitors all over the world.
Sometimes the tourists, tourists come, we're on all the search engines, we put ourselves on the calendars. So people who are tourists also join us. We have friends coming who are coming for Hanukkah from Israel. And they're like, we're not missing this because we've never missed a year. And they actually made sure that they booked their tickets already to Hanukkah on Ice. We have 2 separate families.
They just moved to Israel this past year during COVID.
They made Aliyah recently, and they're
coming back for Hanukkah on Ice.
Exactly. So, so we've been doing it, and it slowly built up. 2 years in a row, we had the Maccabees, which really also was amazing. But now we generally get about anywhere from 1,000 is a low number to 1,500 people. And there were years where we had 1,800 people, but we're anticipating about 1,000 people. And there are people of all ages, that come. And we have the main attraction is the ice skating. But we have live music, like you said. We have our friend Yoni Stokar from the Tashma Orchestra, and he brings music and he plays music live as well as DJs throughout the night. And then there's kosher food. We have hot dogs and latkes and delicious donuts and hot soup and hot drinks. So people, and it's all included in the price. It's not like, you don't pay separate. When you pay $30, you get the skate rental, you get the admission to the party, you get the food, you get everything together. So, and then the Ice Menorah is, so during around 7:30, everyone pauses, they come to the side of the rink, and we have a Ice Menorah lighting. Our friend William Bywater, I think he lives upstate, and he's an ice sculptor. He comes and brings us a beautiful Ice Menorah every year, sets it up, and then we have different dignitaries light it. This year, we're really happy that our friend Laurent Morali is lighting it. He's a personal friend of ours and of the Chabad of the West Side Chabad Family Programs. That's the part of our organization of Chabad of the West Side. And he is the CEO of the Kushner properties. But he's also a person who's come to Hanukkah Nice from its very inception, and he's been there all the way with us. So it's really exciting that he's going to be there to light the menorah. And
we had some celebrities.
We've had some. Go ahead.
So we try to bring some special people to light the menorah each time. Sometimes there are supporters who support our Chabad family programs, and sometimes they're celebs. A few years ago, we had a boy. His name is David Mazus. He played Batman in Gotham. There's a popular Fox show that ran a few seasons. And he was Batman. What's Batman's name again? What was Batman before he was Batman? What was his name?
Oh, the actor who played Batman?
No,
the character. The character.
Oh, the estate of I should know because we did a movie in high school called Ratman versus Bobbin, and it's a very funny movie. She's from Tarrytown, Sleepy Hollow. Very funny stuff. Silly kids. But Bruce Wayne.
Yeah.
Okay, so this boy right here.
This guy.
It's still there. No.
Yeah, there you are. I know. I was drawing a blank for a moment. But David Mazuz, he was a friend of ours, and he came and he lit the menorah at Hanukkah on Ice.
Yeah, a couple of years ago. Very special. And we've had other people. We've had one time a Jewish Dmitry.
Salita. That's right.
Salita. Do you remember who Dmitry Salita is? He's like a Jewish Russian fighter.
Yes, I do. I've interviewed him. Yes.
Yeah, so he's come. He's lit the menorah for us.
He's a boxer.
Yeah, he's a boxer. Yeah. So, anyways, we've had some interesting people. We can go back to Hanukkah.
Okay.
So we've had some interesting people over the years. And like one of the things we also do, which the kids love, is we have this giant Dreidel mascot that skates. So we have some teen volunteers who get into the costume and they skate around, and that's always like a hit.
Don't forget the donuts.
Yeah, and the donuts.
The donuts, right?
Yeah, like 5 different flavors. We've got the traditional sufganiyot, which are jelly donuts with like sugar, confectionery sugar. And then we've also got like caramel and chocolate and Boston creams and just lots of good stuff. So people come for the donuts, but they stay for the skating.
So let me ask you about lighting the menorah. And this is actually a little book that I read all the time. It's called Springs of Jewish Wisdom, and I have beautiful and passages. It's just one great thing. But a menorah, how do you, and we're into water. Actually, I have on hold right now the Great Lawn, Times Square and Salvation Army for World Water Day. And ice is water. Ice menorah. Tell me something about that, and how do you light an ice menorah? And tell me something, because we're very much into water and nonprofit wise, and we want to give water to those that are not, unfortunately, that are dying right now, amazing, because they can't have water. And it's a United Nations World Water Day, which our company helped create with my buddy Phil Sowers. So tell me about this menorah. This sounds pretty interesting.
So it's actually like a contrast, right? Ice and fire. It's like a contrast.
Yeah.
So it was a natural choice for us just because of the fact that we were having it at an ice skating rink. So it was just like we're outdoors, and it's an appropriate, way to sort of like mark the occasion. It does melt and it goes into the New York City drains. So eventually it gets put back into the system, into the ecosystem. We've been doing it, from the beginning, and we actually don't light the ice itself. We light, he'll show you some pictures. We light the like little glass. We have candles in glasses that are like glass vases that are on top. And he's going to find a menorah lighting picture.
I'll tell you, you two are very good producers. Look at the production value we have here. We're going through all the pictures. When we say dreidel, we see a dreidel. Now we find out. Now we see the ice.
Now you see the ice.
All right. This is
I need you to. Can you work with me every day? Forget about the Chabad. You got to join the good. No, I'm only kidding.
This is our first year, actually, 2008.
Oh wow!
The menorah is the same idea each time. It's a beautiful ice menorah. I think one of the symbolisms is also that we light and fire is all about warmth and enthusiasm, and ice is cold. It's the opposite, the antithesis. And we like the juxtaposition of warming up, of melting the ice of the world, melting the coldness and bringing enthusiasm and warmth.
Global warming in a good way.
There you are. Spiritual global warming.
Spiritual global warming. We don't want to.
Yeah.
Right.
Because ice and coldness represents apathy and non-involvement, and so what are the Hasidic teachings, starting from the Baal Shem Tov and on, who began the Hasidic movement in the 1800s or late 1700s. He taught and inspired people to bring enthusiasm into their Judaism and into their service of God, and joy and warmth and light. And the Hasidic teachings are really considered the light of the Torah, the Or, the Ma'or. It's the source of light. It's a very deep light that illuminates everything. When we learn, we learn about in the Torah, there are many different levels of understanding. There's the simple, there's the allegoric, and then there's the secrets of the Torah. The Kabbalah is very famous, the mystical teachings of the Torah, and then there's a deeper light that shines through all of them, including the Kabbalah and the plain meaning, and that is the Hasidic teachings that started with the Baal Shem Tov. And we're actually right now, the 19th and the 20th of Kislev, which is yesterday and the day before, we're celebrating what we call the Rosh Hashanah, the new year for the Hasidic world. But it started with the Baal Shem Tov, in which he illuminated all the teachings of the Torah and our interactions with each other, our social we call it horizontal and vertical. Our relationship with God and our relationship with mankind has been illuminated through the teachings of the Hasidic masters, and they here on Hanukkah on ice, we're also warming up the ice. We're symbolically melting the ice of the world.
I would say also that symbolically, I mean, according to Hasidus and according to, Chabad Hasidus specifically, the menorah represents the power of good over evil. And the Alter Rebbe, actually, the first Lubavitcher Rebbe, said that a little bit of light could chase away a lot of darkness. And like, you don't chase it away with a broom, you can't shove darkness out. But you could, I think that was Eleanor Roosevelt, actually. But you could,
it's a Hasidic teaching.
Oh yeah, it is also. She also said something similar.
Darkness with the broom. Hasidic Rebbe.
Yeah, but you can with light, and the minute you light something, it just displaces the darkness. So the idea is that instead of focusing on the negativity and the sadness and the anger and the pain in the world, which is there and it's prevalent, just do a little good. And shine a little light on that, and by doing so, you displace it. So, like, our focus is on Hanukkah on Ice. We talk about Jewish unity. We talk about Jewish pride. We talk about how important it is for us to be together, to do good to one another, to do good to God, to do good for the whole world. And through that, we illuminate the world around us and focus on that. And this is definitely a Hasidic mentality, so to speak, where you focus on the positive and then the negative just fades away. And I think that's something that is the Chabad message. It's our message about Hanukkah, is that light chases away darkness.
A little light dispels a lot of darkness.
Yeah. So lighting the menorah outdoors, this was something the Rebbe pioneered. And he really obviously everyone lit their menorahs outdoors. So go to Israel, you'll see lots of menorahs outside, but like as a public menorah lighting, in the sense that you're outside with a group of people and you're lighting a menorah in public, that is a uniquely Chabad thing that the Rebbe started. There was a lot of pushback when he started it years and years ago, and I think it was in the early 80s, late 70s. But now it's become so accepted. They're actually having a menorah lighting in Times Square Monday night, the same night we're doing Hanukkah on Ice. They're having some kind of, UJA is doing something called Shine a Little Light, and it's similar.
Does it every night.
On Fifth Avenue. Yeah, on Fifth Avenue and 59th at the Grand Army Plaza. Chabad also, not us, but Chabad of New York City lights a giant menorah there too. So there's a lot happening on Hanukkah, thank God, and a lot of people have jumped onto this bandwagon of lighting the menorah in public places, which really represent the power of good over evil, the power of unity. One of the ideas of the menorah is that every night you add a light. So every night we increase in holiness, we increase in goodness, and these are all messages that are universal and applicable to everyone, to all of mankind. What you're seeing right now are pictures of 2 years. Our last one we did, which was at Lasker Rink, which is in the north of Central Park. It's now closed, this rink, because they're renovating it. So we're happy that we're back at Woolman. So
Woolman is our main rink. When Woolman wasn't available, twice out of the 14 years we did it at Lasker.
There's a sleeping Dreidel.
But yes, Woolman, that's a great area.
Yeah. And Woolman just changed, is under new management now. So we're dealing with all new people. So that's, but we're really excited because they renovated it and it looks really great. So we're happy. I mean, it's so beautiful, right? Like, it's such an iconic place. So
to throw in, I'll throw in a short thought that you started sharing about from the Rebbe. The Rebbe would send out a letter, the Lubavitcher Rebbe. You can find a lot about him on therebbe.org, THEREBBE, or Chabad.org, CHABAD.org. And that's where we, I could show it. Hey, we got a screen over here. Therebbe.org is a resource that it's from Chabad.org, really. But it's about the life and the times and teachings of the Rebbe. But really, Chabad.org is our central place for everything Jewish. It's the only website you'll ever need Jewish matters.
And it has all about Hanukkah. You can click on that upcoming holiday of
Right. If you
Hanukkah.
click on Hanukkah, you learn about the holiday itself. You learn about from everything from how to celebrate to how to make latkes, and it literally has everything you'll ever need to know on Hanukkah. The story. It's got videos for kids. It's got songs, insights, recipes. It's really, really amazing. It's really the best place to go. Hanukkah. So one of the Rebbe would send a letter to all the Jewish people, men and women, boys and girls, young and old, wherever they are in the world. And the Rebbe's really did reach everyone. And that's the function of a Rebbe, which is a spiritual leader of the generation and has a message to everyone. And on Hanukkah, every year on Hanukkah, he would, and every holiday, he would send out a personal letter, but it was to everyone. It would reach all the Jewish communities. One of the things I remember about Hanukkah, there were 3 messages that I remember were repeated. Number one is that the menorah itself, learning from the menorah itself, the menorah is meant, according to Jewish law, to be lit on the outside, facing the outside. Some mitzvot, some of the observances, the rituals we do indoors. Shabbat dinner, it's not on the street, it's in our home. Shabbat candles are lit in the home in a private setting. The menorah is outside. It's either, according to the Jewish law, meant to be on the outside of the door, either door facing outwards or by the window facing outwards, but it's meant to be publicized and outside, facing outdoors. The Rebbe learns from that a lesson. He says that our approach to our mission in this world should be to always illuminate the outdoors. Wherever there's darkness, we should try to find a way to illuminate the outside, illuminate the darkness. And also on the menorah, we light on the first night, we light 1 candle, the second 2, the third 3, until on the 8th night, we light all 8 candles. The Rebbe says, on the first night, you did the mitzvah the best possible way. There's no better way to do it than light 1 candle. But the second night, you did some more. You added 2 candles. So now you're doing it the best possible way, but tomorrow you're going to add some more. The Rebbe says from this, we should learn that to never be content, never be content with what we've done yesterday. Always try to add more light and spirituality in our lives today. And the third lesson, which I find is beautiful, is that the miracle of Hanukkah, one of the main miracles of Hanukkah, was that they found a small measure, just a 1-day measure of kosher oil for the menorah to be lit in the Holy Temple. And that oil lit instead for 8 days. So the Rebbe learns from here a message. He says, don't worry. Don't think, I'm so small, I can't do so much. What can I do to change this world? Even you do what you can. You put forth your best shot, which might be even just 1 little flask of oil, but God will do the rest. God will create the miracles for the next 8 days. It's going to burn. And so do what we can. We do what we can, and God will help us.
Yeah. So that's basically it. And just to reiterate, it's Hanukkah night Hanukkah starts Sunday night. We're doing it the second night. If you need a menorah and you live on the west side, just hit us up. We've got some menorahs, Hanukkahiyot, as people call them. And there's going to be menorah lightings all over the city. So just Google it. But our big event is on Monday night, the second night of Hanukkah.
Magnificent. You two are marvelous. I'm so lucky, so fortunate to get a chance to share your brilliance, both of you, with our community in the world.
Yes. So Paul, just if anybody needs a menorah, let them reach out to you, and you'll put them in touch with us.
Okay, we'll do that. And I will. We're all good here. This is magnificent. I'm going to come over. Maybe I can interview some people also there, if that's okay. And I'm looking forward to it. I'm telling lots of friends to join in already. So it's very special. You two are special, and Chabad is special, and we're just also lucky. So today's the Thanksgiving. I'm very thankful we had this moments together, and we'll take it from there.
Okay.
Thank you so much. Thank you, Paul.
All right. Talk to you soon.
Let's do this again sometime soon.
Yes, I would love to, by far. All righty. Take care.
You're welcome.
Bye-bye.
Happy Hanukkah.
Happy Hanukkah to you both.
Same.
Okay, bye-bye.
Take care.
Hi.
We will.